three idiots wanted to build houses in the desert. The first guy found a small patch of green grass and immediately suggested they settle there, but the other two disagreed, thinking there must be a better place ahead. Sure enough, not long after, they found a much better spot. There was not only grass, but also a huge rock. The first two got so excited, they rushed over to claim the land, and even started fighting over it. Watching their childish behavior, the third fool just sat nearby playing with flowers. Suddenly, his eyes lit up and he called the other two over. Right in front of them appeared an oasis. The three of them were overjoyed, and ran all the way to the edge of the forest, where they saw a vast, endless blue ocean. The breathtaking view made the first two even greedier. They immediately started dividing up the land, pushing the third one out. The poor third fool had no choice but to pack up his things and continue searching for a place of his own. Meanwhile, the other two went back to competing with each other. They chopped down trees like crazy to build houses, swearing to make theirs taller and better than the others. In the end, both houses were finished at the same time, exactly the same size and height. How could two rivals possibly tolerate that? One brought out a chainsaw, the other fired up a bulldozer. The more they competed, the more ruthless they became, and the faster they worked. Their houses grew higher and higher, while the forest slowly disappeared. Even the sun seemed unwilling to watch. The two climbed down from their towers, grabbed their binoculars, and carefully checked. The houses were still the same height. Furious, they tossed the binoculars aside, jumped into excavators, and tried to build even higher. But when they looked up, the forest was already gone. Just then, a seagull flew by with a fish in its beak. The two suddenly got an idea. They started building with fish and trash, even stacking their tools on top, all just to outdo each other by a tiny bit. And right at that moment, they both spotted the last tire on the beach. They fought over it, red in the face, neither willing to let go. A seagull happened to land on the tire, which completely enraged them. One pulled out a gun, the other raised his binoculars, and together they fired at the bird. But the seagull wasn't hit. Instead, they noticed the third fool, standing on a distant cliff. He had planted the whole place with flowers, and even built a family of his own. That sight drove the first two insane. They began blaming each other. In the chaos, their giant towers collapsed with a roar, turning into nothing. The two clutched their heads and wept, filled with regret. Meanwhile, high on a cliff above them, the third fool sat with his family, sipping coffee, enjoying the view, and living a happy life. What an ironic ending. The greedy ended up with nothing, while the content one found true happiness.